holy cow, I'm here for more. I have access to more. I am more, and I am enough in the process, right? Remembering and reconnecting to our self-worth.
Welcome to the Energy Upgrade Podcast. I'm your host, Vanessa Grutman. And if you are a high-achieving woman, a successful entrepreneur, an inspiring entrepreneur, or just a woman with kick-ass big dreams, you're in the right place. If you value your energy, your health, if you want to be a biohacker, tap into longevity, if you want to raise the impact you have in this lifetime, you're going to have a lot of fun around here. As a second-time seven-figure business creator, certified health practitioner, and soul biohacker, I'm here to reconnect you to your energy, to the soul of your business, and to your superpowers. Let's go. Welcome home. Welcome back to another episode of the Energy Upgrade. And today I just want to have a conversation with you, just us, as if we were just having coffee and just having a conversation around aging, because this week I'm turning 40. Oh my gosh. And I want to share with you how I feel about that. I haven't been talking about it, but if you were with us during the ceremonial salon yesterday, because we are right in the thick of the Leo sale as this episode is dropping, I discussed it, but today I really want to come and share with you this vision, this fire inside of me for what's ahead. I also want to come and share why I'm doing this Leo sale and what it's all about. And I also want to share what I'm noticing in the collective, because I feel like what I'm feeling for myself is probably something that will resonate with you in some way or another. And I want to just open that conversation. I want to open the door. If ever you are feeling this itch, also, I want you to know that you are not alone. So, first of all, as I said, today, as this episode is dropping, we are right in the middle of my 72-hour Leo sale, which is something I started doing last year for my birthday as a way to celebrate with you, for me. It's a vibe. And last year was so much fun that I decided to do it again this year. And same thing, run it for 72 hours. So 3 days where you can access the best pricing on all my coaching services. Now, this feels fun to me because I have never been more clear about my mission in this lifetime. It's crazy how I feel. Like, I was going to say every year, but lately, I feel like it's every month, every day. I get to choose again. I get to solidify it. I get to say yes again. I get to say a bigger, wilder, scarier yes every time. And my mission is just to be able to help as many high achieving women remember their truth, remember their power, remember what they came here to do, remember that they are the embodiment of infinite potential. And also remember that it's never too late. And that age really is just a number. But if we are here in this lifetime, if you are attracted to this podcast, there's a reason you are here for more, because you are more. And so one of my goals is to really create programs, masterminds, collectives, communities where people can actually remember, can be surrounded by these high frequencies, by this opportunity to calibrate to higher standards, to actually see themselves in a different light. And instead of becoming complacent, almost, I'm going to use the word lazy. And this is not, and it's just because as humans, to survive, we have had to be lazy. So we are lazy just in a primal way. And so we have to work against this laziness every single day, and myself included. And if we don't decide to bring vision and discipline to the table, it will just eat us up. It really will. And so my mission is to create these programs, these opportunities for women to be shaken up, to women to remember, holy cow, I'm here for more. I have access to more. I am more, and I am enough in the process, right? Remembering and reconnecting to our self-worth. And so my mission has never been this clear,
And what that means is, in order for that to be possible, it is a celebration for me. It is a gift for me to be able to open my doors and offer discounts and opportunities to join during this Leo sale at, a more maybe affordable or approachable rate. I do this with so much joy. To me, it is part of the mission. It is part of why I need to do this. So if ever you have been contemplating joining any of my programs, if you feel like you are resonating with this mission, if you feel like, oh gosh, this is where I'm being called, I want us to connect. So I'm just going to say this here. If you want us to connect, you can send me a voice memo through DMs on Instagram. I am still the one reading and responding to every single DM. I don't know how much longer I'll be able to do this, but for now, it is something that brings me so much joy to connect with you every day. And so I want you to come to me. I want you to reach out. I want you to say, listen, this is what I'm going through. What do you think? What should I do? What is my next step? Because I have created programs, whether it is live or even pre-recorded, for anybody at any step of their journey, whether you are being called by entrepreneurship and you're wanting to make the big jump, whether you already are in the thick of it and trying to let go of fears and step into your leadership, whether you are in a higher level of success and you're wanting to perhaps build your personal brand, or whether you are an executive or a high achieving woman with big dreams and right now you're in this season where you need to work on your body, on your energy, you need to work on your mindset. Anywhere you are, right? We are all on our own timeline. Nobody's ever behind. And so I've created spaces where you can come in and tap into these messages, into these remembrance, because it really matters. So I just wanted to drop that in as we begin this episode today, that if you have been feeling the calling, now's the time. I'm right here. And I've also made this extra accessible in the sense that if you are securing your spot right now, you can actually pick a start date up until mid-September, because I know a lot of people want to get their kids back in school. Or some people are just like chomping at the bit and they want to start right away. And so I want to be able to meet you wherever you are in that journey. And so reach out. I'd love to hear from you. We also are offering free clarity calls right now with members of my team. And these calls are just fantastic way to just, being seen, being heard, asking your questions, brainstorming, sharing your objectives, your needs, seeing how and if we are a good fit. And these calls are always just so expensive. And I always get thank you messages for being able to offer that opportunity. So take advantage of it. It is available. We're going to put all the links in the show notes, but now is the time. So the Leo sale is running until August 7th. So that's tomorrow. So don't miss it. Now, let's talk about aging, shall we? Because here I am turning 40 in 2 days, basically. And this week is always like a high celebration week for me and my family, because today is actually my wedding anniversary. And tomorrow is my parents' wedding anniversary. And then on August 8th is my birthday. Also, the Lionsgate portal, which I'm going to come back to in a moment. And then on the weekend is my husband's birthday. So you can see how this is like such a magical time of year for us. And it's interesting how we've packed it all in 1 week. And so for us, this is the week of celebration. And of course, it makes sense for me to want you to come and take part of this celebration with this Leo sale. But I'm turning 40 this year. And it's interesting because I've always had, for as long as I can remember, I've always had this vision for myself. And I've shared this with my husband. We've been together for 17 years. Wow, this is just wild. And I've always said to him, when I turn 40, I have these things that I want to make sure I accomplish. I want to have a brand. I want
to have freedom. I want to have reached a level of abundance and sovereignty. I want to have impact. I want to be able to serve in a big way. I want to feel proud of where I am. And interestingly, as I was thinking about the 40th, that was coming, even just a few years ago, while I was basically on the floor, selling my business, my body was shutting down. I was fully in burnout, and I was, deciding to study to become an integrated health practitioner and heal myself. And I was just like pulling myself up from the ground. And every day was just this battle. I remember at the time thinking, there is no way. There's no way I'll reach all of that by the time I'm 40. There's no way. There's no way I'll feel like I've accomplished something. There's no way that I'll feel proud of what I've created, and I was so hard on myself, but that's literally, I remember thinking that. I remember thinking, almost like looking at the watch being like, geez, okay, now that I've sold this business, I need to start all over again. I need to start from the ground up. That doesn't give me enough of a runway. I won't have enough time to build impact and to create what I want to create. And somehow that thought always stayed in my mind, but it kind of went away, and I decided to heal myself, and I started just doing and walking the talk and healing myself and seeing the light and remembering my light and just healing and going deeper and removing these layers and removing these old stories I was telling and believing about myself. And as I was doing that, things started lining up in this new business. And I guess I just stepped into this hyper growth trajectory where things just started snowballing as the more vulnerable and the more I was sharing my story and the more I was inviting people to come along with me for the ride, the more magnetic it became. And the more people were just like coming and coming. And to this day, and I'm just so grateful for all of it. So, and I'm grateful for you listening to this right now. And hopefully it doesn't feel like I'm rambling. But I'm sharing this because here I am 2 days away from turning 40, and I feel so damn proud. I feel so excited for what I've created in such a short amount of time, but also for just feeling like I have found my soul's mission. I have found what I'm here to do. And I know that it only gets to be even more magical from here. I know that as I'm building this clarity, as I'm realigning with this truth, I know that it's just going to get so freaking epic. I am so excited. And I just love that I'm entering my 40th year with that mindset, with that clarity, with that level of excitement, with this deep knowing, and that no matter what's going to come, I know that I have the tools, I have the resilience, I have the discipline, the leadership. I know I trust myself. I trust the people I've surrounded myself with. I trust that I'll figure it out, whatever comes. And I also trust that the biggest, wildest opportunities are going to come my way that I can't even think about right now. I know they're right there. I know they're coming. I can feel them. I can sense them. And that also gets me so excited. And it just makes me also so proud to see the women I get to be as I enter this new decade. The mom, the wife, like all the hardships, all the difficult times. And I'm not saying it's not going to continue to be. Of course it is. Because I do believe that marriage is work. It requires the same level of TLC that my business requires. And same thing with parenting, probably the hardest job I will ever have in my entire life. It challenges me, it triggers me every single day. And I think it's okay. I think it's a beautiful thing. And so I feel so Yeah, I just feel so good about entering this new decade. I feel so proud of myself for all the hard work I did, for the courage I had to actually do the crazy things and be bold and polarizing and, share my truth. I'm so glad I did it. I'm so glad I didn't procrastinate on it. I'm so glad that now I'm looking back, I'm like, geez, I didn't waste a minute. Like, I just went for it, even if I had no freaking clue where I was going, like, literally. And so this is my invitation and my reminder to you. It doesn't matter how old you are. You could be 70, you can be 80, 60, 50. It doesn't matter, because this is the thing. When you reconnect to your soul's mission and when you feel this it feels like this alignment from the inside out, it becomes bigger than yourself. I was sharing the other day when Celine Dion made her comeback and was singing, and it was just so interesting to also have watched her documentary and think, okay, this woman has been put in this lifetime with a very, very, very unique mission to, perform, entertain, hold the light, like create feelings inside of people's bodies, like have them vibrate with joy and possibilities and excitement and play. And so her mission is so clear, and she's never been more clear. And even in her documentary, she says, my voice is my biggest gift, and in fact, I follow my voice. It's not her taking her voice places, it's her voice taking her places. And this is what I mean when I say, when you reconnect to your soul's mission, at one point it becomes, I'm not going to say effortless, because that's not the truth. It requires so much discipline and work and consistency and clarity on your mission every single day, and you got to choose it again and again and again, even when you feel like, why the heck are you doing this? And even when you feel like it's hard, and even when you feel like you should all stop it, you got to choose it again. But when you do that, it starts working itself. It starts, like, basically you are in this momentum, you are in this, it just feels like this ball is rolling it, and there's heat in it, and there's movement in it, and it's bigger than yourself. Like me, even if I tried to stop myself now, I can't help it. It doesn't matter who I talk to. It doesn't matter what I do. I can't help it. I'm going to start talking about all the things because it's bigger than me. And so of course I'm not comparing myself to Celine Dion here and her soul mission, but I'm just saying it is in every single one of us. And sometimes it might feel overwhelming to think, well, I haven't found it. Like, is it going to be too late? And the thing is, the more we search for it, the less we'll find it. We have to actually lean in. We have to surrender. We have to be open to receive it. And we have to just trust that whatever life is presenting to us, it is happening for us in order for us to remember this mission. I so believe this. And I know now, looking back, that my burnout was just such a blessing, because it woke me up in such a big way. And it gave me that motivation to just find myself again. So, am I scared of aging? Am I worried about this 40, this big number 40? No, I am so excited. And I just feel like, being so tapped into the biohacking world, into the longevity world, I just feel like I'm so supported. I have such great tools, and I'm just excited for what's to come, to be honest. And, we don't know. We don't know what's to come. But I know that I'm well surrounded. I know I've done the work to have the network that can support me and have the tools. And so I'm excited. I'm actually so excited. And I know that there's so much magic that's going to come. And I want to make a parallel with what I'm also noticing in my clients or in the collective, where I'm just noticing that, more and more women, especially the ones that are, I'm calling them high achieving, because I think you know what I'm talking about, but women that just know that they are meant for big, that they're here with a big mission. And sometimes, even if that light has been dimmed from, what others have said or external circumstance, the truth is, if you are one of those women listening, you know what I'm talking about. It's this feeling of like, is this it?
there's more. So I know that right now, and I'm seeing this, and I've been talking about this since the eclipse in April, but seriously, more and more women are coming online. They can't even put words um, onto how they're feeling. They can't even put words onto why now. It's just happening. It's happening where there's like more and more synchronicities and timing and divine interventions. And it just feels like, okay, there's someone at the top here who's just calling the shots and like almost like tapping on our shoulder, like, okay, it's go time. You go. It's your turn. Go. Like, 3, 2, 1, jump. That's how it feels. It just feels like so many women, these are the conversations I'm having in our one-on-one and in our masterminds where women are like, I can't put words onto it, but I just know that there's more. So what do I do? Where do I go from now? And so that's where we get to do this deep work where, the first thing is to find ourselves again fully. Remember who we are, remember our truth, remember the things we like, remember, what is it that we've been trying, what is it that we need to say that we have been maybe toning down? What is it that we need to, use our voice for? What is it that we believe in? What is it that what are our values? All of these things are breadcrumbs. That's how we find our way back to ourselves. And it's almost like we have to do a bit of a work back schedule kind of work. We gotta, in order to find this big soul mission, we gotta start, following the breadcrumbs back to ourselves, back to our heart. And, oh my gosh, as I'm sharing this, if you're watching on YouTube, I just have this big smile because I'm just like, I can't believe this gets to be the work I do. Like, it is so incredible. I just feel so grateful, so blessed that I get to be this light for other women to remember their own. And I do believe that as we have entered the golden age, as we have entered this Aquarian age where there's the feminine rising again, the feminine leadership stepping up again, there's going to be, big things coming up in the collective, whether it is chaos, whether it is, all the nasty things that are wanting us to feel more and more divided. The more light workers like us, the more women that are remembering what we're here to do, the more we're going to actually able to lead the pack, the more we're actually going to be able to lead people through this chaos and help them remember that actually we are on, this is heaven on earth. We are here, and our goal is to unite and listen to each other and open our hearts and be curious. And that's how we rise. That's how we rise. It's the only way. And that's the superpower that humans have. And so as we get distracted, and this is also what I'm noticing, is the more and more distractions are happening. And when I say distractions, I know some of them are very serious and tragic, and it just breaks my heart. But at the end of the day, I'm also remembering that some of these things I can't control. And so the only thing I can control right now is my energy and my light, and having it shine brighter and brighter and brighter for more and more people to actually remember that this is through unity, this is through our heart that we get to do this work together, that we get to actually heal our land, that we get to heal our hearts, that we get to heal, our lineages. This is through this work. And there's a reason why we're here in this lifetime at this very moment, paving the way for the next generation and for our kids. This work, and that's why I keep bringing the Jaguar energy in, because the Jaguar leads herself in the dark, even when it looks gloomy, even when she has no clear direction or clear path. She makes the path. This is what the Jaguar woman does. Like, she'll create the path so that her pack can lead her, and so that she can hold the light and she can hold the trust and the leadership. And so this is the vibe. So people have been asking me, oh, how do you feel about turning 40? I'm like, let's go. I've never been this fired up. I'm so excited. And of course, that coincides with the Lionsgate portal opening. And it's funny because since I've been tapping into the spiritual world, I cannot believe, I mean, yes, I can, but it just blows my mind that
I was born on August 8th, 8/8, which is the Lionsgate portal, the most potent portal of the year when it comes to manifestation and the field, the realm of possibilities. And I'm just like, wow, isn't that incredible? Like the proof, this is the proof that I was put here with a clear mission of remembering the fire within and leading women towards it. Um, I feel more aligned to this than ever. And so as we are tapping into this Lionsgate portal that is opening in a couple days, this is going to be my recommendation. And by the way, if you missed the ceremony that I did yesterday during the Leo sale around that, it is still available to watch the replay in the Facebook group, in my Fam Biohacker Facebook group. It's free. You can join in, and you'll be able to see and watch the ceremony. And I strongly invite you, if you have time, to watch it, because I take you through a very intentional ceremony to be able to really see how can I really maximize this time. This is in the energy, in Mother Nature, in the cosmic energy. There is just this push. There's this push. It's like Mother Nature is just leaning behind you and being like, you go, you go, you go, let's go one step further, let's go, let's go. So you are being pushed right now in this direction. And whether so right now you might feel like you are resisting it, and how that might feel in your body, it would feel like a lot of overwhelm, anxiety. It would feel like heaviness. It would feel like misalignment. It might even feel like you are sick, like you have nausea. It might even feel like you have a stomach ache. It might feel like actual physical symptoms. And these are symptoms of resistance, when we are resisting something that we are being pushed towards. So right now it is in the collective. We are all being pushed towards more light in this summer energy. And with the Lionsgate portal opening, we are all being pushed to plant bigger, stronger, more powerful seeds in the fertile soil right now. And we are all invited to open up our vision even bigger. And so, of course, that might feel scary, right? So even as I'm saying this, I want you to check in with your body and being like, is this like a full body hell yes? You have like goosebumps listening to this? Or do you feel like you have your throat is in a knot and your stomach is like turned upside down? Really pay attention to this, because again, these are indications whether you are feeling like you are open to trusting and leaning in and surrendering into this magic, or you are resisting it, trying to make sense of it with your head. So if you have time, go back to the ceremony I did to open up the Lionsgate portal. But in a nutshell, what I would recommend you do is really just start journaling, writing down what this mission, what this vision is for not only your life, but for the impact you want to have. And this is not about the money. It's really about, what are you here to serve? What are you here to help others remember? What are you here, what guidance are you here to provide? And yes, every single one of you have, and in different capacity. Some of you, it might be in your executive job or in your leadership position. And some of you might be through having your own business. Some of you might be through building a legacy, a masterpiece, building an actual large enterprise. Wherever you are, we all play a role, and all of us matter. This is how we get to create the change we want to see in the world. So enough said. I think you get the point. Am I excited about turning 40? Heck yes. I feel so proud of what I've accomplished. I feel so grateful for all of you being here in my coaching program, here in this podcast week after week, in my newsletter, on my social media, wherever you are. I see you. I love you. I thank you. It is an honor. And I can tell you, and I know I shared how I've been, quite sick at the beginning of July. I knew that this was what was bubbling up. I am being called to bigger. And so you're going to notice some changes, even here on the podcast. You're going to notice some changes, online on YouTube. You're going to notice some changes in a lot of things. We are working behind the scenes right now on all these very exciting changes that somehow I've noticed I had been resisting for a while, but now I can't, because my mission is so clear and it's so big. I have to. It's bigger than me. I have to step up. And it scares the heck out of me, but at the same time, it excites me beyond words. And so I hope you get to stay here on this journey with me. If you are being called to enter my world in a higher proximity space, there's so many ways that we can work together, including, and I'm just going to drop this here as a little teaser, but I'm launching a brand new 10-week mastermind in the fall. And a mastermind is going to be, it's going to be a high level mastermind for women that are generating 200K or more. And why am I putting a number like this? Is really because at that level of earnings, it requires a different type of leadership. It requires a different type of mindset, and it requires to be able to grow to the next step, which usually is the 7-figure. There's quite a stretch in our identity. And so this is really where I want to go work. And I want to create this very small, intimate group of high achieving women that are on a mission to be this embodiment of more impact and to level up their brand and their business. And so this mastermind is called Lead Her Leader, for the women that lead themselves and are ready for their next step. And so the pre-sale price and the pre-sale access has just been released as part of the Leo sale. So if you are curious, we're going to drop all the links for you to be able to see all the different offers in the show notes. Also try to tap into the ceremonial salon, which I hosted yesterday. That was such a powerful celebration. If you want to tap into the energy of the Lionsgate, as well as hear the inspirational stories of 3 women who have had the pleasure of working with. If you're wanting your fire to be reignited, don't miss that. That's in the Facebook group. It'll be there all week for you. And yeah, I'm excited. Also, one last thing that, if you want to treat me for my birthday, if you want to send me like the best way that you can support me right now and offer me a birthday celebration is, of course, by joining the Leo sale, but also by leaving me a review here on this podcast. I know I'm in the top 5% of all podcasts globally around the world, thanks to you. And I know that there's more women needing to hear the conversations that we have around here. So the only way for me to get to them and get to their ears is actually by having you share how this information shared here is changing you, is important for you, and how you appreciate it. So if you were to just take a minute to leave a review on Apple Podcasts, it would mean the absolute world to me. And that would be the best way, the best 40th gift you could give me, a birthday gift you could give me. And I would be so, so, so grateful for that. So if you want to take a minute to do that, I want to say thank you already, because I know a lot of you will do it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And as always, you can just message me if you have any questions, any thoughts, anything. I'm right here with you. I am just so thrilled to be on this journey. It is an absolute honor and pleasure. And on this note, I hope you feel my energy. And I can't wait to see you somewhere online or next week back here on the podcast. Sending you so much love. Thank you.
The information shared on this podcast is for information purposes only and doesn't provide any medical advice. Vanessa Grotman does not cure, diagnose, or treat disease. Please consult your physician before trying any new protocol or product.